Pilgrims, and welcome to another episode of the Polygon Pilgrimage. And today I wanted to share with you my first week in Maya as I'm learning the tools and learning all the toolbars and all the different things here. Just wanted to share with you my experience so far, what I'm struggling with, what I found rather nice and easy to learn, and what's still on the horizon. So first of all, with learning any tool, it's just a different setup. You know, a lot of the things are similar, like my QWER, you can see on the side here. Those are my move, scale, select, move, rotate, and scale. So a lot of those tools are similar, as we see here as I go through them. There they are. And I do really like the gizmo. The gizmo is nice because I have clear indications as to using two axes at once versus using a single axis. That is very nice. There's some things that are more confusing to me. I'm still learning all of my standard modeling toolkit. How do I cut an edge down the middle? How do I duplicate just a single face? You know, things that I do often in modeling a shape, and I'm still learning those things. So a lot of the knowledge of modeling is tool agnostic. So it doesn't matter what you use. What matters is that you've learned certain principles, such as breaking an object down into shapes and those kinds of things, and knowing that if I wanted to make a window here, I would select these faces and make an inset, and how would I do that? So then it's just a matter of how. So as far as what to do, I still know those things, and those things will probably never leave me. But it's knowing how to go about doing that is what's changed. So that's one solace and comfort I take and I offer to others who are changing tools. Even if you went from working in a PC like this to working in a Mac, the buttons are different on the keyboard and it's a different way of getting to things, but in general you can still do all the same things. So a challenge for myself has been, and advice I offer to others, is don't feel like everything has been taken away from you, because it hasn't. What's been taken away is familiarity, but you can get that again through practice and time. So that's one thing. That's a very important lesson that I learned, was reiterated to me, and again I offer to others. The other thing I've learned about Maya is the layout is a little different, but in general it's quite nice. I'm getting used to the right-click menu. There's a lot of things in this that I like and some things that confuse me still. But the main thing is the buttons on the keyboard, which you can't see right now, but the buttons on the keyboard are quite different. So if I hit F8, this is my object selection, so that selects the entire object as a whole. And then if I do F9, vertice, 10 is edge, 11 is face, and 12 is the UVs, which is quite nice. So the reason I don't like this is what I'm used to, again, familiarity, is my hand is on the keyboard right here with our Q, W, E, and R keys. And what I'm used to hitting is 1, 2, 3, 4 to switch between my vertex, my edge, my face. So I can switch between those very easily. Well, now 1 is something totally different. It displays the model. 2 displays it as if it was smooth. And this is quite nice to see things if you're working with high poly and you have your control edges in here, and to switch between viewing modes, different view modes, quite nice. So if I go back to 5, I can see it now. So see, I'm learning those things. But what I wanted to offer you was, or wanted to explain, is don't be afraid to change things. So a good buddy of mine has been teaching me some more about Maya and helping me get kind of back up and running as fast as possible. So up here in the menu structure, if I go to Windows, Settings and Preferences, there's this hotkey editor. And if I bring that up, let's bring that up and show you. There we are. So this shows you the entire keyboard. And down here I can search for things. Like one of my tools is the outliner. So the outliner window, if I click here, I can assign it a letter. And I like to assign it the O key because O makes sense, O for outliner. Now what it's going to tell me here is, this has already been assigned to another menu. Do you want to overwrite it? And I don't know what poly brush marking menu is yet, so I'm going to say, yeah, let's go ahead and overwrite that, because if I really need that, I'll find something else. It says has released a command to this assignment will be removed. Okay, good. Save and close. So now, as I'm doing things, I should be able to hit O, and my outliner comes up. And this is sort of like a overview of your entire scene. It's every object, including your different views, which is really nice. So you can make changes to that view I can choose my cube here, and I have my lighting and all my various parts and pieces that I haven't quite learned yet, but mostly my cube here, I can select it. And if I need to, I just close it and hit O, and it comes right back. So that's a nice little thing. So let me go back to that to show you more about that. If I go to settings, and it is hotkey editor. So the nice thing about this is there are, see, this is a duplicate of the Maya default. So I can mess with the duplicate here and make changes and remap everything. So I think what I might do is take these F8 through 12 for myself and move them back to 1 through 4 or 5. And then whatever is here, I will move that somewhere else. And I really love this. This is a nice, clear indication of what already has a mapping and what doesn't. So that's really nice. So if I go back to the default, I don't think there's a difference yet in this layout because I've just changed things out. I haven't unmapped certain things. But I'm going to go through and change it to the way that's more comfortable for me. And this has been a bit of a struggle for me because I've always felt like when I have a piece of software, I need to learn the way that they have intended it to work as far as the button layouts, And I don't know why my brain does that and doesn't say, just change it. If you don't like it, change it. And I'm learning to not be afraid of doing that. It's just a different way of thinking, but it's your personal copy of the software. So you need to customize it, make it the way it's comfortable for you. And you always have the defaults. They're always there. So they're locked. I can never change them. They're always there, so I can always go back to that. Now, one of the advantages to learning the default setup is I can go to any customer site and I can start using Maya right away. Because if they have things changed around, I won't know what button does what, so I could just go up here and say, let's just set it to the default, and now I can work and I know exactly where everything is. But these files, I believe there's a way, you can export these as well. So I could always set it up the way it's comfortable for me, changing out to the 1, 2, 3, 4, like I discussed, for the vertex, the edge, the face, that kind of thing. I can change that out to here, save my file, and export it. And then when I go to a customer site, I can say, okay, first let me import my preferences, do my work, and when I'm done, I can set it back to what's comfortable for them. So I've done the work, but I've done it the most comfortable and most efficient way that I know how. So one of the things that I've been really focused on as I learn this new piece of software is making sure that I'm learning keyboard shortcuts for things so that I don't always have to go up into the menus and find where it is. And a lot of these menus, you can't see them here, but a lot of these menus are very complex. There's a lot of things going on here and I'm still learning them. So if I learn the shortcut, then I don't have to find where it is in here. I don't have to know. I just use the shortcut. So that's what I've been learning, and I'm still quite fumbling around with the UV editor. This is very different from what I'm used to, and I'm trying to find a way to translate what I know into the new tool set. And a lot of things in here are really great, and there's a lot of great tools to it. It's a very powerful piece of software. I'm impressed. I really am. I just feel a little lost. I feel like a little kid looking around the store going, where is what I'm looking for? There's just aisles and aisles of things. So I'm getting there, and I encourage any of you who are also learning a new piece of software, just stick with it. Read the help file, ask questions. There's tons of tutorials. There's plenty for us to pull from, and I'll get there, and I'm hoping next week I'll have more modeling or more stuff with Unreal or in Unity to share with you. But I just wanted to show you kind of where I'm at, and everybody gets humbled once in a while. We have to start over and begin anew, but that's not a bad thing. That's a chance to begin more intelligently, learn our shortcut keys, remap the keyboard to the way that we like it, and have a more customized, comfortable user experience. So as always, guys, keep practicing, get better, and I'll see you next time as the pilgrimage continues.